one of the fundamental things that we should do as we practice the Vedic way of life is to associate with the right people. Association is so important because those persons which we interact every day will be like a mold in which we will acquire those qualities. There are different kinds of people in this world, and we can't say that everyone is good. There are some people that are, well, ignorant, and there's some people who just can't see far from their nose. And there are some people who are actually trying to elevate themselves. So when we see a child, for example, we always try to avoid that. Oh, this child, you should not go with your friends that are thieves and taking drugs. You should go with your good friends. Not because we think that our child is bad, but because we know that if he hangs out with those people too much, he will probably turn out like that. So there is a very important practice to look for people who are like-minded, who are looking for ways to elevate the soul to a higher condition of life. This is the Vedic understanding. Now, how can we know which person is good to associate or not? Well, it is not so difficult if you know the three modes of material nature. There are, let me explain. The three modes of material nature are mode of ignorance, mode of passion, and mode of goodness. There is a whole analysis you could do by understanding these modes, but basically you should avoid persons who are in the mode of ignorance and in the mode of passion for the most time, and look to associate with persons in the mode of goodness. The persons in the mode of ignorance and the mode of passion is not precisely that they're bad persons. They don't have to be like drug addicts, or they don't have to be nasty persons, but they just could be persons that won't help you at all. I once gave a course on depression, and it was very interesting to see that all the assistants in that course, they were saying, well, I am depressed because my father always tells me that I'm useless. And they would have some person that would totally humiliate them in some way or other. And they thought they had a problem with themselves. And I was like, well, of course you're depressed because this person that you're living with is abusing you. How can you be happy? So to understand who's in the mode of passion, who's in the mode of ignorance, and who's in the mode of goodness, one has to study a little bit of the Vedic way. And it is mentioned very clearly in the Bhagavad Gita, which is a very wonderful book that I would recommend you to read. But with a very few questions, you can very quickly get to know who's in which mode. Just to test, I would recommend you to ask a few questions, things like, what is the goal of life? What is the purpose of life? And who is God? And you will see very clearly that the answers to those questions will be very different according to the person who's answering. Someone in the mode of ignorance, when you say, what's the purpose of life? They will say, well, it's just to take drugs and to try to drink as much as possible and enjoy. Someone in the mode of passion will probably say, you must work really hard so that you can earn your living and be successful and control the world. And someone in the mode of goodness will say, well, you should live a simple life and try to understand topics that are important for you, like how to be happy, how to understand God, and meditation, or things that are elevating. And there's much more to this, of course. So if you have any comments or questions, please visit our website or put your comments below. Thank you.